Hello everyone and welcome. I timed that absolutely perfectly. I apologize if the mic makes some noises up because I didn't actually pull the mic down. But I have a drink. Wanted to have a drink and I was reading an article before I went to get the drink and got caught up in the article and almost missed the end of the thing. But while I was worried about it, it ended up not being a problem. So yeah, this is a drinking stream. Hello, DigiChell. Thank you. Thank you for the 19 months. 19-month streak, but 23 months total. Thank you. It's Jin. Having Jin. Also, hello, Ragnarok. Welcome. There we are. Gin and ginger. It's become one of my new favorite go-to easy super drinks. Because it really is super easy. It's just 2 ingredients, nice and easy. Particularly refreshing, but doesn't have some of the how do I put this? Rum and Coke feels different, I guess, is what I would say. And that was kind of like the go-to before. Vodka cranberry was once upon a time, but I don't really like having cranberry around in the house. Although I know that sounds ridiculous. I don't like having cranberry around in the house. I don't drink cranberry juice outside of drinking cocktails. So in this case, I will drink ginger ale outside of having a cocktail. And so this way, having the 2 ingredients in the house has little to do with actually drinking the drink. Whereas, you know, with rum and Coke, I do the same thing, but I don't know. It's a different taste. I don't know. It's different. Hello, Elliot, and welcome. Woo. Okay, a little heavy on the gin today, I guess. Portion's a little bit off. That's gonna have me swimming in a little while. We're gonna take that slow. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Brain's doing weird things today, that's for sure. I spent a weirdly long amount of time on... Here we go. Weirdly long amount of time today on the phone with my insurance company, which even once I change jobs next week will still be my insurance company, so you know, not to worry on that front. But that's actually why I was calling them. I was calling them to be like, listen, this is my plan right now, but I'm leaving at the end of the week. This will be my plan over there. This is the employer. You know, I didn't have like the group name or anything, but they were able to look up the plan, and they were able to tell me then, you know, like, well, based on the claim that was submitted for you back in May for this procedure that I get done every 3 months as part of testing for pre-exposure prophylaxis for HIV, to stop HIV transmission, I have to get tested, STI tested every 3 months. Now that's kind of just good practice for, you know, queer populations regardless, especially sexually active queer populations. So, but you know, that's actually somewhat required or somewhat heavily recommended, I guess is the right way to put it, for there we go. Let's see, purple. For people who are on pre-exposure prophylaxis. So I get a round of lab tests done every month, and I can see in my, you know, like little portal thing or whatever on my insurance company's website that like every time that does, the hospital is billing them for like $1,200 every time I get testing done. So every 3 months it's like $1,200 of services. Now $1,200 is also scare quotes, let's be honest, because then they negotiate it down and it ends up being like 500 something. So, you know, it ends up being not as bad, I guess, but still 500. Like right now I don't pay anything for those, so I don't really want to pay going forward either. And then I was confused by the schedule of benefits as to whether I would actually have to pay or not. And then I was further confused by finding out that the Affordable Care Act, especially with a rule clarification that was released in 2021, requires that most insurers in the United States cover all of the associated costs with pre-exposure prophylaxis with no cost to the patient. So then I'm like, wait a minute then. Like, I shouldn't be paying for that, so I'm a little confused. because then I called them this morning, gave them the whole spiel. Person helped me out. I didn't specify that it was for pre-exposure prophylaxis. I didn't specify any of that. And she then told me that it will be my deductible first and then fully covered. And I was like, well, my new deductible is going to be $2,000. Right now it's $250, but it's going to literally almost add an entire zero. So can we find a way to make it not cost $2,000 every year? Like, because otherwise I'm going to be hitting my deductible every fucking year. At which point I need to find whatever is the cheapest option given all of that. So, you know, I was kind of having a little bit of a momentary freak out, and then talking to a friend of mine who works for Blue Cross Blue Shield, actually, not here in Massachusetts, but elsewhere, getting some kind of better idea of how the inside works a little bit. I then decided to call back. And after I double checked on the CDC's website, the CDC itself even says, like, this is how it's supposed to be for when you know, paying for PrEP, this is what it's supposed to be like. So I called back and I was like, listen, talked to someone earlier, here's the reference number for the case, like, how does this work? And so talked it over a little bit, basically found out that the way my doctor has been coding it right now, codes it as diagnostic. But under the new plan, and right now, that doesn't matter. My current plan doesn't differentiate between diagnostic testing and routine testing for the provider I go to, the hospital I go to. And part of that's because the university owns the hospital. So there's that kind of deal in there. But starting when I have my new health plan, which will honestly probably be September, I'll have this current health plan to the end of the month, but then starting in September, I will probably be put on the new health plan. And that one, it depends on whether it is coded as diagnostic testing or routine testing. If it's routine testing, it's completely covered. No cost to me, end of story. If it's diagnostic testing, then it is my deductible and then it's covered. So my next question then is more for my provider, my doctor, to be like, how do you code these? And why have you been making these choices so far? Is there a way we can make sure that they are coded as routine instead? Because they can be, according to the insurance rep that I spoke to today. They can be coded as routine. So, in theory, I should have no increase or change to my costs for the most part. I mean, my copays are going to go up no matter what, but they're going up very little bit, like an extra $5 per visit for my therapist, and my doctor's visits unfortunately are going to double in cost. But technically, I should be paying like if it was any other provider, I would be paying $30 per copay, but it's $15 because it's through the hospital that my university owns. So I don't want to change my doctor because I really, really like him. So, yeah, healthcare is an absolute mess. Health insurance is confusing, and I'm just glad that I have the resources that I have at my hands. Like I said, friend of mine who works in this, who I can at least pepper with some questions from time to time, though I am very well aware that I am probably pushing that a little bit, especially lately, and I know she has other stuff on her plate, so I do feel bad that I keep asking her questions, but I will hopefully stop soon. Yeah, my mother's actually even done some billing. She works in a dental practice, and she does a lot of work with insurance companies, and like even just that little piece of it, dental, which is somehow lower stakes, easier, but higher stakes and more complicated at the same time, because things are just it gets a little extra weird by the sounds of it, just because dental health is not as prioritized in this country. You know, health in general is very deprioritized in the first place, so, you know, why would dental health be any different? But yeah, it's complicated, it's confusing, and it all kind of boils down to I'm losing benefits that I have right now, which kind of stinks, but It is coupled with a $17,000 a year raise, so doing it anyway. Anyway, yeah, and so that was half of my day. The other half of my day, honestly, was just I started out the day feeling relatively fine, and then by the end of the day, when I was leaving the office, I just was suddenly getting hit with like, this is weird. I'm leaving. I finished cleaning out pretty much everything that's around my desk. I'm gonna obviously finish it out tomorrow, and I don't have that much left. The big thing is that I have a chair. I'm gonna take my chair back. So yeah, it's getting real, and like yesterday, why are you not starting yet? Oh, weird. Okay. It's getting real, and while yesterday I had my goodbye lunch with a bunch of colleagues, and it felt kind of real then, but it was like social, and it still felt nice. I don't know. I had a good time, and you know, it felt more like I'm satisfied. We are good. And today, I don't know, it did not feel like that. Oh, I need to connect this before Dragon Age starts. Shit. Okay. So yeah, today was slightly emotional, honestly. Like, not full on, like, you know, teary-eyed yet. I say yet because I'm almost fully expecting to cry a little tomorrow. But it definitely was like, this is weird, and it's a little scary, and I don't like those things. So gin and ginger tonight. And possibly playing Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. We're gonna see what ends up happening. So those of you who wanted to watch that, please do try to stick around if you can. Otherwise, of course, the VOD will be up, so don't worry. And I will be going off about it. We're going to probably be trying to do a fair amount of little things first. We're going to see. We're going to see. All right. Let me go ahead and switch us over. There we are. You again? Wonder if I unplug something will it stop the screaming? Like, unplug something inconsequential. I forgot to change this. I know I said I was going to change that last week, but I obviously didn't. Before we do anything, I suppose, let's just wander around.
We'll talk later.
Skyhold a hot second and see if there's anything to be done.
Good to see you, boss.
See you later, Bull.
Nice.
So quiet. Still haven't finished that little bit of Cole's thing, like the daggers in the barrel.
Something on?
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Of course.
The left hand remembers a knife slipped to her in the darkness and wonders why the flower blooms.
So, Cole.
They were safer there.
Damn.
I'll talk.
We do have that, like, discuss the thingamabob with the lion man over there, so I guess we can do that. I'm on the fence about how many quests to wrap up before we do Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, and that's going to determine whether we do it today or not. That's kind of the big thing. If we don't do it today, we'll have to do it on Tuesday, and I know some people can't make it on Tuesday.
We found Samson's lair. My
Lair.
chiefs usually keep me here, but for Samson, I'll make an exception.
Samson still has that red lyrium armor.
All the more reason for me to go. I would sleep better if I knew I would be at your side. We'll depart at your leave.
Ooh, congratulations on the new plant. Well, on the plant's success, I guess. Oh, an arrow garden. Yeah, my mother has one of those. She's used it twice. One of those things where, like, getting the pods and such is... Well, it's like, it's one of those pod systems, I guess I should say, and she's not the biggest fan of it.
I'm here.
Nothing.
Okay, nothing to say, nothing to do. Ah, here we are. Yeah. Eee. Oh. Just about one. Just one. Well, I'm about 10, but you know. Lavenders are are some of my favorite. I won't say they are my favorite. They're some of the favorite.
Hello again.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay. That might help. Right by the gate to the large bush leading from the side of the insertion area.
Inquisitor.
The soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was arguing with. It was lucky he'd lost his dagger, or there'd have been more than a bloody nose.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Red on the battlements? Huh. Red on the battlements? Hold on. This means okay. Still don't know that I've gotten my question answered by the internet, but it was for dental stuff. A dental cactus.
I'm pleased to hear it.
It's good to spend time with you.
So, Cole. Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Safer than on someone's belt where they could draw them in the heat of an argument?
They would have been sad later.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
I am absolutely terrible with plants, personally. I am amazed that I'm able to get, I have a bonsai tree that's on the back porch, and I'm amazed that I'm still able to keep it going. Still don't know. What is the kitchen? Read the letters in the kitchen?
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Well, let me know if you find it.
Oh. Huh. I'm confused by this one. Is this still confusing me? What is this? I have a notification. Oh, it's just for charity stream stuff. I did all 4 of these. There's a 5th one though? That's why I'm confused.
Your worship.
Ooh! That person just...
When I find out who's been throwing fresh bread up
There
our
we are.
garments, there'll be consequences, mark my words. Strange. Yesterday I thought I saw someone taking a loaf, but I can't quite recall.
Okay, and then after you hear that one, then you can go to the fire pit.
Your worship.
Yes.
That soldier I told you about? He's still hanging on. It's a miracle after what he went through. Every morning he looks at the battlements from his bed and says, "I'm not going to die until winter comes."
I don't get that one. Let's see what the dialogue says.
Inquisitor.
I'm guessing it's because it attracts birds and therefore...
To Skyhold now, or Fort. We rally with our hero born anew. Inquisitor, there's none as brave.
I'm glad you came to talk to me.
So, Cole, have you been stealing bread and throwing it onto the battlements?
You couldn't see the birds if I left it on the ground.
I heard of a badly injured soldier who's fighting to stay alive until winter. The healer said that every morning, the soldier watches the birds eating bread on the rooftop.
It's not winter until the birds leave. So many
There we go.
places hurting. Needs no one meets. Tiny chances to make them better. You understand.
Keep it up. Oh, keep it up or you should show yourself. Ah, question.
You're doing good work, but you don't need to hide. Knowing someone cares about them helps too.
Not everyone understands. Too different. Who is that? What's he doing? Strange boy. But I'll try.
Oh, see? Look at that. Little something. Alright. Okay. What else is left on here? Sitting. Why am I dealing with a sudden bout of really bad lag? Okay.
And how much did you need?
Yes.
Okay, so we got that done.
What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Carry on.
Nope, nothing. You can do nothing. You're useless to me.
How can I help?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Also useless to me. Moving on.
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Still useless. I should go.
You've made
Oh.
such intriguing design choices for the castle, my dear. They must be inspired.
Thank you, Vivian. I'm glad you approve.
When things have settled down a bit, I will take you to Valroyo and introduce you to my seamstress.
Too late.
And appearances are important. We can't have you mistaken for a commoner.
I mean...
I can't let them think Andraste's herald is hung up on material things.
Of course not, my dear. But you also can't allow the powers of the land to think you run this organization on prayer alone. You command an army of the faithful.
You're useless to me.
By the coin of the nobility. You must be a woman who commoners aspire to be, and to whom nobles bow.
That's quite a lot for one person to pull off, don't you think?
It is a challenge all great leaders must face, Inquisitor. The stories of your accomplishments will spread, and with them, doubt. Are you truly the woman from the tales? They will question what they've heard, but they will believe what they see. They must see someone greater than legends.
If that's your standard for me, what does the Divine have to live up to?
Andraste and the Maker cast very large shadows. The Divine absolutely must set the example for all Thedas. She must seem to be the embodiment of the Maker to the faithful. She needs the authority of the Maker and the charisma of Andraste. It will be no small task to fill that vacant throne.
Which is why I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. Never mind. Oh wait, do I have doohickeys?
Yes? I'll leave you to your work.
Okay, cool. We are ready to continue down. Let's wrap this little baby up with my new throne. Recently renovated.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the western approach. He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters, and using magic for conquest. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the approach, without his master's consent.
Whether or not he's loyal to Corypheus has no bearing on his crimes.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, your worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts. Leave what happened in the approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Someone who can smuggle magical artifacts to Tevinter and back shouldn't be wasted on court diplomacy. Bring those artifacts back to the Inquisition. Procure something really useful, and we might loosen the shackles.
Your worship knows value when she sees it. I won't disappoint.
Not the biggest fan of letting them get away with it, but recruitment is a bitch. Listen, we're short-staffed like everybody else right now, so... Is that it? Back to our, Nope, that's it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Let's run back to the war room. We'll see if there's anything to be done over here, and if there is, we shall do it. If not, we shall wrap up some more personal stuff. Summon the council. Oop. And oop. It's rain time. It's hard to say right now. It's going to depend on how much we have at this point in juncture. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Favor, rear stocks, friends in high places. Secrets, optimal cutting. Herbalists. Oh. Horses, rose posture, serve focus, true grit, schematics, rogue schematics, warrior schematics. Let's do focus. Oh, we have two. Okay, then in that case, we'll also do healing potions, because that's also really fucking useful. Now we're good? Okay. The ones that are here are investigate Frostbite Basin and Disaster on the Deep Roads, so we're ignoring those right now. Except we are no longer ignoring those right now, I suppose. Where are those from?
Any news on rifts beyond reach of the Inquisition?
Yes. And it is not good.
Go. Okay, yeah, this is a good... Yeah, okay. Never mind. We aren't doing those. So we're gonna just step away. Just step away. Feel a little peckish, despite having a rather large dinner. But I don't know what thing to go with. Still cupcakes in the fridge. Should finish those off. They're almost a week old now. They really should be finished off. Need a lot of frosting to be doable though, because they're dry as bones. I have ice cream, but I don't really feel like having ice cream again today. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up watching a movie this weekend. I have been like this close to watching what are those things called? Mission Impossible, those things. Okay, I want to know this. Where do I get those guild leader tokens? Guild leader tokens. Or did I figure this out? Okay. I think I figured that out. So we'll possibly do that, but yes. She wants to take down Sir Hildebrand. He wants to kill another guy. Storm Coast. These are the ones that I wanted to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Bro's not doing that. There's a rift, match, artifact, whatever. Rift in the springs, sifting through the rubble, glimmering the rubble. We'll come back to do these though. Those don't matter. That I'm waiting. Those two I'm waiting for. So we will come back to Exalted Plains. Oh my God, there's a whole lot that I need. But we will finish Exalted Plains a little later. So that's fine, whatever. We're not doing that. Don't care. Care. Oh, I need to do that, actually, in Skyfold, so let me just... Oops. Huh. Storm Coast. Red Templars. I don't know what that is, actually. And that's Return to Frederick, but we don't need to worry about that. Upgrade Skyhold's main tower. Where do I do that? Okay. Let's go do that. We'll go do that real quick, and then we'll actually go questing. I know, me not wanting ice cream, it is bizarre. It's less that I don't... It's less that I... It's... How do I put this? It's more about the inconvenience of having to eat the ice cream as it melts in a setting where my attention has to be here and my hands have to be here. It's a different thing when I can focus my attention on the screen and I'm just like eating something. That's fine, but this is like, you know, different. I also just realized I need to go upstairs this way. Thing is that like I don't have a thing in mind that I want right now. That's the big weird thing about this. Also, I find it weird too that they're saying like, you know, upgrade Skyhold's main tower, but isn't that the main, like my room the main tower? But apparently this is the main tower? I don't know. Also, it's not up here. I'm confused. Or is it that? The one that's broken? I'm confused. I just want this place to look decent. Is that so much to ask? Oh, do I have to... Oh, what did I do it here? That's why it wasn't working.
It helps.
Okay. Now where do I go for that, though? Where do I go to do that, though? At the upgrade marker on the battlements just east of Cassandra near the armory. Stairs up toward Cullen. So there should be a marker on the battlements up here. don't see it. Still don't see it. Oh, just saw it. It's over there. Okay. And I think we're going to pick Mage because Cunning and Influence versus Strength and Preparation. Cunning and Influence all the way. I mean, this choice is irreversible. It's also kind of just... No, it is cosmetic, so...
A proper mage tower. Every castle needs one.
Every castle needs one. You know, you're not doing castles right unless you have a proper mage tower. Like, you need to do this. This is how it needs to work. You know, it's right next to the open kitchen, and like, it has this great flow. This is just an episode of HGTV, like House Flippers or whatever. Right? We're flipping this castle. Okay, so let's go to our inner circle here. Let's do one less Venatori, and we'll see where Dorian wants us to go. Oh, yeah. Exalted Plains. Exalted Plains is like where all of the junk is. Like, how... Okay. How do I get over there? I don't want to do too much in the Exalted Plains, but I do want to wrap up the companion quests. I think that's all we're going to need right now. I have like a small spot of eczema on the soft part of one of my fingers, and it is just like, it's really small. It's literally like one little thing, and it's super itchy. It is like bothering me. See, like, for some reason, the phrase "a mage tower, every castle needs one" reminds me of this game that I used to play in middle school, because it was on just a couple of the computers in one of the middle school computer labs. And when you were done with your work for the day, whatever, you know, that was, you could then just play games until the period was over. And I remember, like, I loved this game, and I always wanted to get the computers that had this so that I could play it. It was called Majesty. Very old, like isometric, a step up from pixel art, but you know, 2D, 3D stuff. Kind of like Sims 1, honestly, in terms of like what the graphics looked like. It was like 3D in big quotes there. And it wasn't that long ago that I actually found the game. It's on Steam. Like they put it up on Steam, and they made a second game. There is a Majesty 2, and it's like, I haven't really gotten around to playing it, honestly. I played a little bit of it, and it was more complicated than Majesty was. It's ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a what's it called? It's a strategy game. You know, it's like a real-time strategy game, and I'm really not the biggest fan of real-time strategy games, so it has to have like very simple mechanics for me to actually get into it. Oh my god, Zumbinis! I loved and hated that game at the same time, and I cannot express to you the frustration, but the joy that it gave me. Like, because it was both at the same time. It was both really annoying and really fun at the same time, and I will never fully understand. Oh, whoa. Chung Chung. One less Venatori, indeed. Make me a pizza. Fucking okay. Things that will trigger memories in the back of my brain that I will not enjoy. Make me a pizza. Like I feel that. I feel that. I hated that one so much. I think it was that one and God, there was one when you needed to like cross a bridge or something like that. Maybe they were even the same minigame. I don't remember. I just remember like those were the two things where I always failed. Other game that I really played a lot of when I was younger in those spaces was Sim Tower, which very rudimentary basic thing. I don't know why I liked it as much as I did. It's really not actually that fun. Yeah, okay, so I'm not crazy. There was a bridge one. Okay, that makes me feel so much better because I was like, wait, this is real, right? Like, this is actually a thing? Oh, that's right, you've got to go into that little grove thing. Alright, let me do that then. We'll run back. There was this other game that I didn't really like it very much. It was one that I kind of played when there was nothing else to play. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it's called. It was like a hot dog stand simulator. Like you were the manager of a hot dog stand at like a baseball stadium or something like that. And that was kind of it. You just had to manage the hot dog stand. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it was called or remember much about it other than I was kind of bored by it most of the time. I don't know. Oh. I don't know that there were really other games that I remember playing. Right? Yeah, okay. So, I will say, you know, the Sim Tower gameplay, while it wasn't the most inspiring thing, it had a certain degree of satisfaction that it offered, I guess is the right way to put this. Like, there was a point when you were playing it where you were just like, yeah, I have created automated luxury communism. Like, you know, there was a point where you were just like, I managed to automate everything and money just happens. You know, aka I am the best at business and I should do this in real life, and, you know, didn't. Especially because they don't actually work that way, alas. Don't want to.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Could prove useful, sir. It's off. In the fens, like the Fenway? Aha! Oh, elevators. Oh god, those elevators bothered me though. I always fucked up the elevators. That's like where my tower would fall apart. Every single time. I'm mostly just here to go kill this guy. I'm not really gonna spend too much time in this.
Archway might collapse on me at any moment, Way.
That's called Gothic, Dorian. It's literally called Gothic. That's the vibe. Not just the aesthetic, but it's also the vibe. The haunting, dilapidated, Orlesian Gothic. Wade through the water. If I recall correctly, there's a dragon nearby, which is not a good thing for my health. Yeah, the express local thing was what got me. Basically, once I got access to express elevators, I messed them up. Yeah, there's a dragon. And I don't want to deal with that. Thank you. I'm here to kill this guy. Come here, you.
There, one of the rogue Templars.
And he's dead. And also dead. Everybody's dead, basically.
Thank you for bringing us here.
And we're done. We killed all the Batmans. Right? Awesome. Epic. Amazing. Is there anything else in here that isn't stuff I wanted? That we're saving, that we're saving, that we're saving. Saving shards. Glyphs, saving. More shards. Okay. Dormant. Okay, Hinterlands. That's where we're going to next. And then I think everything on this map is pretty much good otherwise, so we're gonna go to Redcliffe Farms Camp. We're gonna swap out our little mage here so we can have Solus instead. See, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Everything that you've said here is like, yeah. I wonder if I should download it again. It's one of those things that like I sit there and I get a little wistful and I'm like, oh, I want to play this again. And then like I spend a teeny bit of time playing it and then just like fuck off into the sun basically. I won't say the same thing happened when I finally got around to playing what's it called? Majesty. Because when I did get around to playing that, I actually made it a point that I wanted to finish Majesty for the first time, because there's a campaign. I wanted to finish all of the campaign. And it's actually kind of interesting because the campaign, you know, the scenarios for the campaign are pretty cool. That being said, I also cheated in order to finish. I set it to like the easiest setting. I would use a bunch of cheats at the beginning to be like, give me a bunch of money so that I don't have to worry about actually playing the game or whatever, and, you know, going from there, basically. Ooh. Solus for a hot second didn't actually have a fucking body. Alright. Oh, shit. Woo! Surprise. It probably could work in DOSBox. I think actually it probably has to work in DOSBox, given it, you know. Harvest Moon, Wonderful Life. Oh my god. I rented that game from Blockbuster so many fucking times, and yet we never bought it. Like, it became a bit of a thing with my family that, like, if we rented a game from Blockbuster enough times, we would just keep the game. Because I think that's what happened back in the day with Blockbuster. It was like $15 or something like that. So you'd be getting like a pretty heavily used game, don't get me wrong. But, you know, for 15 bucks, you get a game. Like 15 bucks more than you've already paid for the rental. I don't quote me on it though. That's vaguely what I remember. I just remember like a lot of my GameCube games, like a good third of them. Where the fuck am I going? Okay. A good third of the games that I own on GameCube actually came from Blockbuster, and we just kept them past their due date enough that we were charged for the game, and we kept them. That's a weird way to buy games, but that's what happened. But for some reason, Harvest Moon never did that, even though I rented it a bunch of times. There was another one that I did that with, that was Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Specifically that one. The co-op mode, my friends and I would play all of the fucking time. It was a little crazy. Did I already do this? So, we're gonna see if I can do Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts tonight. It's possible, but I want to make sure that if we do, okay, yeah, I already did this. It's fine. If we do Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts, most of the people who want to / need to see it will be here. So I know Elliot, you probably won't be able to. if you're still here. If you're still here already, even. But I'm also getting tired of wandering around these places, I'm not gonna lie. And Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts is kind of like the next big thing. There we go, okay. Co-op was like a rare occurrence that I actually got to do it. My brother was, when I was playing actively, my brother was too young to really play with me. And so co-op really only worked when I had other friends of mine that would be willing to game with me and could game with me. The list of which was rather small. Because not many people I knew, I was friends with growing up had systems. So most of the people who I grew up with liked to play video games, but they were not very good at playing video games, bless their hearts. That not work. Ugh. Woo! That was special. There we go. And then we close this and solve his little fun side quest. Okay, so we're good there. And Storm Coast it is then. Storm Coast. What do we have here? Storm Coast with Bull. That is Seal Tunnels. Storm the Redlyrium stuff. Storm the thing. Seal Tunnels. Seal Tunnels. Alright, well, we'll do the Seal Tunnels in a hot minute. Guess we'll spend a little bit of time on the Storm Coast, as fun as that is. I just love this portrait of Josephine. She's so pretty. The art style for this game is awesome. Like the cards and stuff like that. Very almost Muka-esque. Maybe like splitting the difference between Muka and Klimt, actually, is what I would say. You know, very rendered faces, but a lot of the other things are left a little more ambiguous. You know, I do like that. And then towards the edges, the shapes go from, you know, being recognizable things.
Cannot allow the Red Templars to maintain a foothold here.
We're gonna swap out for boop and boop. This is a fun party, right? So yeah, the recognizable shapes then devolve into a certain amount of.
Tenori contact should be here to meet us.
Oh, we're straight up jumping right into it.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad.
Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan.
They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world.
Boss, this is Gat. We worked together in Saharan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad.
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
I look forward to working together.
Hopefully this will help both our peoples. Tevinter is dangerous enough without the influence of this Venatori cult.
Yes. Filthy, decadent brutes, the lot of them. I'm certain life would be much better for all of us under the Qun.
It was for me, after the...
I am wondering if I should not have brought Dorian.
The Qun isn't perfect, but it gave me a better life.
Yes. One free from all that pointless free will and independent thought. Such an improvement.
I don't want to say he's wrong, because he is kind of right, but he's also speaking from a position where Tevinter has fucking slaves. So, but I also don't want to just be like, we're putting our heads down and not dealing with this right now. I'm going to take a stand and be like, you're both fucking wrong.
The Imperium and the Kunari both have their problems.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I'm not here to convert anyone. All I care about is stopping this red lyrium from reaching Minrathos.
With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical freaks. We could lose Saharan and see a giant Tevinter army come marching back down here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting Red Lyrium into Minrathos?
I wish they could settle on a single pronunciation for Minrathous, because I hear half the people saying Minrathous, like it's just an us at the end, and then I'm hearing other people say Minrathos. Oh, sorry, not Minrathos, like Minrathos. It's like O's, you know, like there's a whole emphasis there instead of us. It's Os, Minrathos, Minrathous. I'm like, can we pick one?
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well, if the dreadnought can't handle them.
It's unlikely there'll be more than
Seriously.
2 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water.
Then why do you have just dreadnoughts?
I could have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd
Not if we overwhelm them.
later, and our spies might not know when or where. This is risky, yes, but it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
Let's go hold up our end of this bargain then.
Feels dumb, but whatever.
Suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There and there. We'll need to split
Vaguely gestures in 2 different directions.
I'll come with you, boss. Krem can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
When you're ready to move.
Just waiting on you and Hisrad, Iron Bull, I guess.
Do you have a minute to talk about the Qun?
I'm a spy, Inquisitor, not a teacher. I'm not interested in converting anyone or debating the philosophy. But I suppose it would make for an interesting report to hear the Inquisitor's opinion of the Qun.
To be honest, I don't really understand enough of the Qun to judge it.
I think you have to be raised under the Qun for it ever to make sense. The people who join as adults either end up unhappy or, well, for many, it's just a kind of form of slavery. I like the simplicity. I like knowing my place and knowing that it's the right place. Other parts I've struggled with myself.
It sounds like following the Kyun hasn't always been easy.
I had a temper. Bull's nickname for me, Gat, comes from Gatlock, the explosive power in Canary cannons. I was so angry when I was first freed. I wanted revenge. I wanted to find my family who was still enslaved in Minrathos. I thought about leaving when the Kyun didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but I didn't.
Why not?
The Canary were always ready to listen, to teach. They cared for me as much as one of their own.
I know, right? The loon calls.
Parts of the Kyun that I don't like are never going to change.
The funny thing is that the loon calls are so quiet. It's a little weird. Like having... When I was up camping a little while ago, there were tons of loons on the lake and the ponds around us. And even when they were out on the pond, like a really good far away, like far enough away, they were loud. Like not enough to wake me up, but enough to keep me awake if I didn't try to tune them out somehow. So that's why it's like a little weird.
Back when he fought in Sahel.
They're also so fucking creepy to hear. Like, it's very rare that there's a bunch of noise happening and then you hear the loon call. It's more likely that you're gonna just hear the loon and that's it. And it just like pops up out of nowhere in the silence and you're just like, that's a weird sounding wolf. I don't know. It's just, it's always super creepy and gorgeous at the same time.
And you decided to start following the Kyun after that?
I didn't pay attention to what he actually said.
I just watched a giant horned warrior kill the Magister who hurt me.
He never told me about this.
One of the few things he hasn't shared with you, I gather. Sure.
Ooh.
Share the secret Ben Hasrath reports, but keep that bit where you saved the elf boy to yourself.
Is Bull going to get in trouble for passing those reports on?
The Ben Hasrath aren't pleased with how forthcoming Bull has been, but he was one of their best agents. He kept the streets clean in Saharon longer than anyone before him or after. He fought until it nearly killed him. The Ben Hasrath trust him enough to accept how he joined the Inquisition, even if they don't like it. Besides, they hate to discard a tool that might still have some use left in it. That's why I have a job.
How did an elf end up working for the Kunari out here?
The Ben Hasrath usually pick elves or humans to work outside of Kunandar. They're a little harder to spot. I've worked in Orlais and Navarra, but only for a few years now.
What did you do before that?
When I was old enough, I fought Tevinter forces in Saharon. I was too angry to do much else. It took me a long time to accept the Kyun, to get past justice to purpose. Some days are still difficult.
No one's actually detailed how an alliance with the Kunari will help the Inquisition.
The answer to that is above my rank. But the Canary don't really bargain. They don't know how. I doubt you want Canary troops stomping around your stronghold, and you're too far away for supplies to be useful. You'd get more use out of our ships, I imagine, and the agents we've got spread across Thedas. We know a lot more than what Bull sees in those reports he's been forwarding to your spy master.
I'll let you know when we're ready.
I await your pleasure, Inquisitor.
Okay. Oh, no, I can't talk to them. Okay.
Once they're down, send up your signal. That'll let the Dreadnought know it's safe to come in.
Understood, Chief.
Remember, you're gonna want a volley to start, but don't get suckered into fighting at range. They've got mages.
It's all right. We've got a mage of our own.
I'm not a mage.
Get close and take their enchanter down before he takes over the battlefield.
He'll be dead before he knows it.
Just pay attention, all right? The Vince want this red lyrium shipment bad.
Yes, I know. Thanks, Mother.
Kunari don't have mothers, remember?
We'll be fine, Chief.
All right, Chargers. Horns up!
Horns up!
Ready whenever you are, boss.
I'm ready to head out, Bull.
Right. Chargers, hit 'em hard.
Who thinks this is gonna go well?
Drinks are on me.
You got it, Chief. Charges, double time. Let's move!
You gave... Charges the easier target.
You think?
Lower and farther from the smuggler's ship, it's much less likely to be heavily defended.
Suppose we'll do the heavy lifting then. Just like old times.
Everybody's gonna die.
Opposition ahead of the main camp.
Don't worry, we'll kill him fast.
You've been living outside the Kyun for years now, Iron Bull. Just wanted to make sure your reflexes hadn't gotten as soft as the rest of you.
Backstab. And everybody's dead.
You must wish you were back in Tevinter, Mage. No soldiers to guard you here, no slaves to wait on you.
It's the lack of fashion that really strikes fear into my heart.
You know nothing of fear.
And do you intend to teach me?
No. You serve the Inquisition, and the Ben Hasrath wish an alliance. For now, that is enough.
The tension right now. Oh boy. But also the perfect comeback, Dorian. It's the lack of fashion that bothers me. I love him. I can't not love him. How are we signaling the Dreadnought? We just... Oop, do the thing.
We're clear, Gat.
Right. Signaling the Dreadnought.
Chargers already sent theirs up. See them down there?
I knew you gave them the easier job.
Wasn't that fucking hard?
There's the Dreadnought. That brings back memories.
Womp womp womp.
Crap.
Yep, there it is.
They've still got time to fall back if you signal them now.
Yeah,
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
they do that. They're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the Dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. You'd be declaring yourself Talvashoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hasrath think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvashoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad, for this alliance and for the Kyun.
Yep. Bull's men will be left to die or the Dreadnought will be sacrificed. I can't remember what, like, bigger things have to do with this. I like how we have time, by the way, so. Oh, come on. What? Oh. There are two different demands of the Kyun Inquisition. Or demands of the Kyun missions. One is from Dragon Age 2, so... Right. Interesting. I will tell you about what I just read in a minute.
Call the retreat.
Don't!
They're falling back.
The animations on this are so well done. He just holds small horn up. It just goes, huh.
You throw away all that you are. For what? For this? For them?
We can make this up to your people.
No, you can't.
they'll get out of range. Won't be long now.
Bo, when the dreadnought sinks,
Sinks? Qunari dreadnoughts don't sink. Come on. Let's get back to my boys.
Actually, I'm not going to tell you. Well, at a later point in the story, if you sacrifice the Chargers, Iron Bull remains part of the Ben Hasrath and then betrays you and tries to kill you under orders of the Ben Hasrath. And during that time, instead of referring to you as boss, he refers to you as boss, B-A-S, which is it just called Qunari? Anyway, the language Qunari means thing or foreigner instead of boss, B-O-S-S, which, you know, English chief, right? So starts referring to you as a thing and then tries to kill you. Like, I didn't know about the change to the language. I kind of knew about the betrayal that happens later on, but, you know, I've never played that.
Hey, boss.
I've always played
Inquisitor, it is my
this
duty to inform you that there will be no alliance between our peoples. Nor will you be receiving any more Ben Hasrath reports from your Talvishoth ally.
You under orders to kill me, Gat?
No. The Ben Hasrath have already lost one good man. They'd rather not lose two.
So much for that.
the loss of the Ben Hasrath information will hurt. Can we smoke out some of your old contacts?
They'll pool their people soon enough, but we might be able to identify the agents who replaced them. You're late.
Sorry, Chief. Still sore from fighting off all those events. Good to see you, Inquisitor.
How did the Chargers come out of the fight?
Just fine. Thanks to you and the Chief, we had plenty of time to fall back. Chief's even breaking open a cask of chasing sackmead for the Chargers tonight.
Damn it, Krem. That's the kind of thing you don't have to mention to the Inquisitor.
Chief.
Ah, forget it. You're doing fine.
Aww, this is why you can't do this to be mean.
I trust all is well.
We're really not going to talk about the...
That's enough for now.
Okay.
Another time, then.
The whole, like, you know, build all the bad man's thing? No? Fine. Alright, we're going to do a quick round here, and then...
Just rumors.
We have a decision to make.
You wanted to see me?
Bull!
I got it! Yeah, my soul's dust. Yours is scattered all over the ground, though, so... Sorry, boss. I thought I might need backup. Guess I'm not even worth sending professionals for.
You knew the assassins were coming?
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
Why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
You go through years of Ben Hasrath training to hide facial expressions when I wasn't looking. See? Like that.
Have a good night, Elliot.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely used poison. Sarcomec, liquid form. If I hadn't been dosing myself with the antidote, I'd be going crazy and puking my guts up right now. As it is, it stings like shit. But that's about it.
Are you interested in getting some payback?
Against who? The entire Ben Hasrath? Besides, this wasn't serious. Sending two guys with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Talvishoth. Talva fucking Shoth.
Tell Cullen and Leliana what happened. We'll tighten security.
Will do, boss. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you.
Aww. Thanks, Freddie Prinze Jr. We're glad to have you on board, too.
Was there something you needed?
That's all.
Should you...
Chung chung. I know, right? It is really easy to forget sometimes.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
From Haven's Fire, come
Let me know if you find one.
Hey, that elven redhead who makes the buns in the kitchen. Is she available? Because I'm getting signals.
See you
Night.
Okay, that's done then. We're good. Who else do we have to talk to? Cassandra apparently has nothing to say, so I guess we won't. We'll go talk to Solus and see if he has something to say, because we did something for him. And who else was it? Dorian.
How can I help?
Nothing. Fair enough. You would think that after doing one of the companion quests, there would be at least a little bit of dialogue to be like, thank you for doing this thing for me, but apparently that doesn't fucking matter.
Questions.
Apparently it doesn't fucking matter at all, so, okay, fine, whatever. I guess there was some more to do here that I don't remember. So, plow through these real quick, it won't take long. Right. Roller Coaster Tycoon, oh my god. Didn't really play it a whole lot. It wasn't on the school computers, so it wasn't like that space. I do remember playing it at a friend's house once. But not a whole lot either. I'm sure there were other games that I played at school, but I don't remember. I don't remember what they are. Oops. Typing with one hand is slower than I thought. No, I want like... How long does it take? It's fastest way. Oh, fast.
Dispatch for you. What is it?
Give me the dumb thing. I will not do it, but give it to me anyway. I see little red dots. Little red dots usually mean that we're close to some darkspawn in this case. Follow where the darkspawn are.
Waking sea. Somewhere across all that water is Kirkwall.
It was a long journey to Haven.
Considering the company, I'm surprised it didn't feel longer.
There will be spiders in here, however, won't there? Yep.
Darkspawn above ground. Just what we needed. Kirkwall was filled with refugees during the Blight, trying to flee the chaos back to Ferelden.
I'm assuming that was still somehow related to Darkspawn? I mean, because of the Blight. Yeah, okay. Mage Lady. Close the hole. Boop. Hole is closed. see any more torches, though. I know, just make out, seriously. Just, you two need to just do it. Just do it. Zoom beanies on stream. Just watch me get angry the whole fucking time, throw my controller across the room because of a game that existed back in 2005. That's too recent. It would have been older than that. Oh, okay. But also it's on Steam. Okay. Also not kind of totally surprised about that. You know, here's another question. We didn't have as many edutainment games as I feel like we should have. Like, actually, you know what? There were Carmen Sandiego games on the school computers. There were Carmen Sandiego games. I remember that's where I played Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. I think that's one of the ones that I played there. Let's see. Other edutainment games that I remember playing, Math Blaster. That was one that we had at my house. Like, we actually owned Math Blaster. I had like a metal lunchbox that was Math Blaster, and it came with the game. And I don't know why that was. There was a music one that I loved. What was it? I don't remember what it was called. It was a music one, though. Like, it was all about music. Oh, big guy? Yeah, big guy. Burn him down, baby. It's hurting. There we go. Still hurting. And there was the vocabulary one. It involved with it had to do something with a rabbit. And of course there were the Fisher-Price games. Can't forget the Fisher-Price games. Whoops. Someone gonna kill that, please? Thank you. Plug that hole. Okay, next thing we do, it's all the way over there. Oh, gross. It's the easiest way to get there. Or here, I think. Oh, we have to wait till the knives away. There we go. Putt Putt. I knew of Putt Putt, but I never played Putt Putt, actually. So, I knew of it, though. I don't remember anything else beyond it. Hey, I have to look these up. Was it just called Reader Rabbit? Maybe it was Reader Rabbit. I feel like, yeah, no, it was. Reader Rabbit is the one, the vocabulary one that I remember. I don't know if I had like a particular one or something, but like, I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like it. That looks like it. And what was the music one though? God, what was this called? None of these look right. But I swear there was one. I do remember thinking things, though. That was definitely a thing. Oh my god, thinking things. Holy shit. I cannot for the life of me remember what this fucking thing was called. It wasn't as old as Thinking Things. I do remember playing that, but it wasn't as old as that. There literally was some kind of thing, and it was... I swear I'm not forgetting this. Jumpstart music, is that it? Really what it was called? Oh my god, it was! Yep. Okay. Yep, I remember this. It was Jumpstart Music, 1998. There we go. Okay. I had this game. I played the shit out of this game. Oh my god, and the animations. Oh my god! Okay, I need to put this down. Okay. Jumpstart Music, that's what it was called. Alright, we solved the issue, we solved the question. Unfortunately. We solved it. Whew, alright. I was just like, I thought for a hot minute there that I was like gaslighting myself into believing that this game existed. And I was like, no, it really was a thing. I do clearly remember these things. I just don't remember specific details that would help me determine more about what this game had in it that would help me identify it later. But Jumpstart Music, we got there. And it was all about like hunting the music kingdom for sour notes or dumb shit like that, right? Ow. How dare. Sir. I mean, the ultimate edutainment games from the 90s, thousands, and tens were and are the Nancy Drew games. So, just saying. I know we haven't played through Nancy Drew yet on stream. Well, not everyone here has seen me play through the Nancy Drew games, I guess is what I should say, because that's how the channel started. But I know not everyone's been here for that long. That's what I'm trying to say. I started playing Nancy Drew for the first time. The reason I got into it was because I played it at the Boston Museum of Science. For however brief a period of time, the Boston Museum of Science had a they have this like electricity exhibit, and if you know the Museum of Science at all, you know what I'm talking about when I say like the electricity exhibit, the Faraday cage demonstration that they do. Like, it's in that area. I actually specifically remember getting mad that the electricity area would essentially close down when they did the demonstration. Like, you couldn't do the stuff with the exhibits when the demonstration was going on, which I was always mad about because I didn't care about the demonstration. I wanted to do the games and stuff that were around there. But as part of that, like tucked away and in a different room, like up some stairs and stuff like that, was a computer lab. And they had a bunch of these edutainment games there. I remember Putt Putt was one of them. I, again, did not really play it, though. Putt Putt was one of them. Spy Fox, was that a thing? That was one. But they had some of the Nancy Drew games. The one that I can remember, and the one that I remember playing first, this was my first ever Nancy Drew game, was Secret of the Scarlet Hand. And it remains to this day my favorite Nancy Drew game because it is so fucking good. I know more about Mayan mythology and history than I need to, purely because of that game. It does such a damn good job of actually teaching you some of that stuff and like getting you to remember it. So I'm excited to play those games again at some point in the future. I kept talking about how it was going to be over January to celebrate me finishing my degree, and then, you know, was thinking maybe I should do it closer to September to celebrate my 30th birthday, or maybe to do it, you know, when I got a new job. And well, Dragon Age Inquisition still has a lot to go. So it'll be a while. I also have other games that I kind of want to play, and the new Monkey Island game is about to come out, and we've only played one Monkey Island game so far, so part of me wants to like go back, do Monkey Island 2 at least, because I think Monkey Island 2 is still considered canon or whatever, and like, I don't know, like, do the rest of the Monkey Island games, because we've only done the first one, the remastered first one, but first one all the same. I think that's going to be the biggest adjustment, is that we did the remastered first one, and we're going to have to do like the OG other ones because they were not remastered. It's gonna be rough stuff there. Ooh, dog. Woo!
One down.
Don't know how we did that giant fly across the map thing. It's a fun game. I don't know if it will necessarily get replayed. The original will get replayed on this channel for some time. I have other point and click games that I think I like better. I've been really tempted to play Grim Fandango on the stream, but I've played that so many times, and very recently too, that I feel kind of weird about playing Grim Fandango. But like, also, doing Grim Fandango actually means using my Switch, funny enough. Because, for some reason, the Grim Fandango remaster on Switch has an autosave feature, and it doesn't on the PC. But I don't know, it's weird. So it doesn't have an autosave feature on PC, but it does have, it doesn't have an autosave feature, and it's really buggy, I guess. It had a lot of crashes when I tried playing it on PC, and so I just gave up and I played it on Switch instead, and it works flawlessly on Switch, so it is just confusing. There we go. Let's just go get some more resources while we're out here. Reading Blaster. Ah, so Reading Blaster was like the reading version of Math Blaster. I remember. I just remember those series. Math Blaster, like I said, I played that. I played that a lot, but... And all of that was, for a long time, pretty much all I was allowed to play. There were a bunch of little mini games as part of the Encarta Encyclopedia CDs that we had. I remember playing with those a ton. And of course, everyone's favorite PC game from, you know, the 90s and 1000s, Microsoft Pinball. Played that a lot. And then I was introduced to The Sims. It was all kind of downhill from there. The Sims was my gateway drug, not gonna lie. That was what really got me playing games. And it was so controversial in my house. It was hilarious. We had a Windows 95 machine. That was what I installed The Sims and all of its expansion packs that I eventually got over time on. And my father was convinced that by installing The Sims, I was installing viruses on the computer because it slowed down after I installed it. Now, whether the slowdown was actually due to The Sims being on there or not, because it did take up a lot of space in those days, I don't really know. But it was always funny to me, even in retrospect, that like my father and even to some extent my mother were like convinced that The Sims were a virus. You know, there was a virus on the discs, and that, you know, Maxis was hurting our computer essentially, or something. I don't know. It even persisted into The Sims 2 when we had a Windows XP machine, and we had The Sims 2, which, when I got The Sims 2 and I installed it on the new computer, right? Because it came around the same time, I think. I don't remember exactly what. It might have been Christmas that it all happened.
Cassandra, you do know they still tell tales of the dragon attack on Val Royeaux.
I'm aware. I'm also aware they grow larger with each retelling.
Many yet live who saw it with their own eyes.
From what I've heard from so-called witnesses...
This person is in the ground.
You are too
Ooh,
modest.
not anymore.
You could have parlayed that victory into more than a position at the Divine's right hand.
If I was someone else, perhaps. I simply did what I needed to do.
So The Sims 2, when we installed it, was an all-day affair. Like, it literally ran overnight. And even though it ran overnight, it failed. So we had to run it again. Like, these days, I can download and install everything really fucking fast. It's hilarious how much faster I can go these days. It's just, computing has changed so much, and it's so weird to be witness to it. I actually had to instruct one of my students yesterday on how to use a tape deck, like cassettes. And it always ages me a little bit every time. I think we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. This is pretty close to being done. Okay, not up here. That's okay. Go.
Many of these Red Templars were good men.
The potion was bitter, burned my throat, nothing like delirium I know. It was a hum in my mind, a held note that seemed to course through my entire being. The power it brought was incredible. It felt as if I held all the world in my palm and I could crush it with a thought. Is that what the Maker feels? I can think of nothing else with that power now. It tastes limitless. Possible to be... what can I do about it? Alright.
See them corrupted beyond recognition.
I know not where I go, so I just go. Found the money cave. With a modest amount of money. That is a statue or more cheese. Yep, more cheese. That man is holding a wedge of cheese. There's a bunch of cheese on the floor. It's cheese. Ah! It's on the other side of that bridge, so have to backtrack at some point in the near future. Wrap this part up too. Small, it's easy, it's short. Kill mans. Profit.
Dead. I believe we've broken the Templar's hold here.
This location offers easy access to the waking sea. Who knows what they might have accomplished had they been allowed to remain.
Rowboat? Rowboat? How why rowboat? I mean, rowboat as in you row the boat, not a rowboat, but... What happens if I click that? I don't actually know. We have to backtrack anyway to get that one last deposit that is sitting on the map, and that's the reason I want it gone, not so much because it will actually do anything with Varric, because we've already completed that little part of his quest, but, you know. Still. Now I want to go find out about the rowboat. Or the boat that we row. Or both. I know we're talking a lot about Blasts from the Past right now, but, like, I am rewatching Ugly Betty. So I'll just put that out there. They're talking about, like, the hottest fashions of 2007 because it's the first season, and it's like, oh boy. Everybody kill that guy! Well done! Can we go through here? Red Templar key required. How to get to the key? Oh. Nope. Nope. Red Templar key required. Varric move, Varric move. Come on, come on. Ugly Betty has parts of it that actually hold pretty well, I will say. It does hold pretty well. There, you have to turn off some parts of your brain, especially because, as I forgot, there is the whole trans storyline. Like, prodigal son returns but as a trans woman thing. That storyline happens, and it is... How do I put this? Like, it just kind of hit. And, like, there are issues that we would have, there are things that we would have issues with today. Number one, cis woman playing the trans woman. Right there. It's Rebecca Romaine, who is a great actress and does a great job, and they definitely cast her as, like, she's tall, and glamazon, ergo trans, but like, you know, at the same time, it's like, well, you could have actually used, you know, like a trans actress, maybe. They did exist, but Rebecca Romaine, so, and the terminology they used isn't good, but it was fine then. Like, back then, we were still using the term transsexual as the defining term, and the understanding of trans women very much was that binary and surgically assisted medical transition. And it was like there's a defined endpoint, and our concept of gender has changed over time. So looking at it through a historic lens, it was very good for its time. It feels a bit weird to watch now, but if you can put yourself back in the mindset of being in 2007, it's like, it's actually handled with fair amount of respect. There's even a little bit of a scene with Betty's dad being confused and saying, like, Daniel's brother likes to wear women's clothes, and Betty corrects him. It's like right at the front of the episode. Betty corrects him and says, no, that's a transvestite. Alexis is a transsexual, and explains what that is with that definition of, again, 2007, using that term. So it's quite good on that front. That being said, they do use at least a couple of things for laughs that are straight up cringe. Like, there's at least one slur that's used that we now know is a slur, and back then did not necessarily consider to be one. Or at least the common language did not consider it to be one, rather than, the affected groups. So, some things didn't age well. Specifically with that storyline. Other things than that, I mean, it holds up okay, is what I would say. I think the thing that holds up the least is Daniel Meade's fucking haircut, which is terminally mid-thousands. It is painful to see that, so. But yeah, there are some parts, even with the good stuff, that are handled kind of poorly and are disappointing. But overall, I continue to be impressed with the show. And it is, I'm gonna say it's my comfort show, easily. It is the show that I turn to when I am stressed. The last time I watched this was actually at the height of the pandemic. I mean, to be fair, at that time I was seeking anything and everything that I could to watch because I was bored out of my fucking mind. But yeah, it turned into, like, I'm watching this because it reminds me of my childhood and I need comfort right now. And that's comforting. And it still kind of does that. And yeah, I'm stressed right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's stressful changing jobs. I was told this, even. It was not that long ago that I was speaking to a friend of mine who has changed jobs more frequently than I, for sure, about this, and was saying how I'm like, well, at least the next time I have to do this in like 2 or 3 years at the earliest, it'll be easier, right? Like, I'll have done it once before and it'll be easier. And then he got back to me and he was like, no, it doesn't get easier. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. There are 3 things in life that are always incredibly stressful, and they are breakups, moving house, and changing jobs. And it's always a lot of stress every time. I'm like, cool. Can we not? I would like to not. And I was told by my boss the other day when I told her this, she added a fourth one, and that was becoming a first-time parent, and that is truly, absolutely fair. I can definitely, I haven't even experienced that, and that I completely understand, because like, if I get this freaked out about the unknowns of what do I do, how do I do this for myself, having it be someone else's life that I'm doing that for is so much stress. Like, and that's every waking moment of your being as a first-time parent. Like, I get it. You know, I get it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess I'll try and reach out. I'll try and remember to reach out tomorrow. I will say tomorrow is going to be the day. It is the end of my time at my current employer. So it will be a weird day for sure, wrapping up whatever things I can. I don't see a Templar key anywhere here yet. I don't know where we're going here, but I was promised a Templar key. Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff right there that you just described, Ragnarok, that is, yeah, that's absolutely super stressful. And I feel like I'm in a slightly different but very similar boat. Because I'm not looking for a dog at the moment. I'm not dealing with that kind of stress. Though at some point I would like to, I think. And I want to say that my lifestyle could support having a dog, but now I'm getting a little less sure of that the more I think about it. Like, I don't know, it's confusing. Just because I like to travel a lot. So, you know, traveling with a dog's the problem. The Red Templar key can be looted in Derwin's mouth from a Red Templar horror. Okay, so apparently I just missed it. I'm gonna take this boat, see where it takes us. Let's do this. Let's do this. I want to know where it goes.
What do we expect to find here?
Oh. Dragon Island? Why do I get the feeling there's a dragon here? Can we not do that right now? Do we have to do this right now? I don't think we have to. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair choice. It's a fair choice. It sounds like it's the right choice for you. Like, it sounds like this is, yeah, there are dragons here. We're turning around. We're just about facing. We're walking the fuck away. It sounds like that's the right choice for you, for sure. And, like, with everything going on in your life already, like, something familiar but comforting is probably great. And, like, dogs are great companions. They are wonderful to have and wonderful to be around. But especially when you're getting them young, which I always recommend you get them either puppy or young in order to train them the way your life works. You know, because otherwise you're having to have them either unlearn or retraining a lot of stuff, and it becomes a problem. If a Templar horror, apparently. So, you know, it's just a huge time commitment, and it's one of the things where, on the one hand, I feel relatively confident that I could train a dog and I could enjoy having a dog. On the other hand, every time that I have had a dog, it's been I've been helped by my family. I've not been the only one taking care of it. I've not been the only one training it. It's been a family effort, you know. And in some cases that sabotages some things, I'm not gonna lie. You know, my father is not the best at keeping a well-regulated schedule for the dog to go out or stuff like that. It was always a joke with our previous dog, Lily, who I deeply miss because she was so wonderful. She she had kind of trained my father. It was the other way around is ultimately what ended up happening, and it was hilarious to see. We would take her out maybe like 4, maybe 5 times throughout the day. It would be like first thing in the morning before my mother went for work, when my mother came home for lunch, when I came home from school, and when my mother came home. So like, 6 o'clock, 8:30, 12, 2 o'clock-ish, like 2:30 and 5, right? It's 5 times over the course of, several hours. And then my father would get home at like 7 at night or something like that, right? And he would take her out like 5 or 6 times before going to bed. So at least once an hour, if not more sometimes. It was hilarious. And she knew that the way to get him to do that was to go sit in front of him in his recliner and just give him puppy eyes. And that would be enough for him to be like, you want to go out? And like get up and take her out. She would go outside. She would make a pantomime of, going over to the place where she goes to the bathroom, but not actually doing anything, and then coming back in to get a treat. That dog got fat. I'm not gonna lie. That dog, we had to put her on a diet at a certain point because she was playing my father, and it was just too funny. So it can backfire, but like it still was a family effort. That was 4 people taking care of one dog versus one person potentially taking care of one dog, and that's a big responsibility, and I'm even starting to question whether I'm ready for that. It was going to be a little bit of a roommate, like household effort between myself and my 2 roommates, but they're talking about moving at the end of our lease, so... And I don't want to move. Not only do I not want to move, but I also don't have a desire to go to California where they want to go, so... Yeah, the dog definitely trained him. That is exactly what happened. Lily had my father wrapped around her finger, and it was just hilarious to see. And yeah, I can understand it. It's really overwhelming, Ragnarok. You're totally right. It's really overwhelming. There's just so much that can go wrong when you have that level of care and responsibility at the same time. Like, and like you said, with like hedgehogs, you can get away with not giving them as much constant attention. And you can train dogs to get to that point. It is possible to get a dog to that point, but again, like doing it from a really young age or a puppyhood is really difficult because they need like constant attention when they're puppies. And you need to be like constantly training them and constantly reinforcing that training and not giving an inch because their psychology is just so laser focused on what short fleeting thing will bring them the most amount of pleasure in this moment, and you need to reinforce the long-term stuff that takes forever to put together. I don't know why I walked this far. The door we needed to open is back this way. The thing that I really just cannot quite get my mind past when it comes to dogs is being able to take them out. Like my mother, the reason why even Lily, who was a medium dog, she was a golden retriever, why Lily could get by, and even our current family dog, Willow, who's kind of like a Greek Shepherd Quaker Hound mix, why they can get by is because they're, my mother can go in the middle of the day and take them out. She works 10 minutes away from where she lives, so she can just hop in her car, quickly drive home, take the dog out, eat lunch, go back to work. And I don't have that capacity where I am at this point, which is why I was kind of hoping that it could be like a roommate thing, because one of my roommates works from home and the other one doesn't work. She's just here all the time. So I had kind of hoped that that would be how we could do a dog. Of course, I was also then worried that, you know, the dog that I really wanted to be my dog in a lot of ways would end up being their dog more than mine, because they'd be spending more time with her. But yeah, I'm honestly questioning how single people in cities or single people with jobs do dogs. I assume you must hire someone to do that, but like that's a lot of trust to put in someone. Like they'd have to have a key, and I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not second guessing my want of a dog at some point in my life, but I am second guessing the timing of it, I guess, and wondering whether now is maybe not the time, and that I might want to just wait a little while longer, which I don't like, but it might be what needs to happen. And much as I hate to admit it, how the fuck do I get up there? It's like a sheer cliff all the way around this place. That further being said, I also am not totally sure whether I could do another pet. Like, you know, hedgehogs and such like that. My brother had a hamster once, and I found the hamster to be the fucking creepiest thing I've ever had to deal with. Like, it was creepy. Alright, we're gonna go do this Shrine of Dumont thing, Samson's Camp, etc. Yeah, I just remember that hamster was out in the living room, mostly because that's where my family's house is set up with 2 heaters, one in the basement level and one in the first floor, and they kind of point in opposite directions. But basically, if you're on the first floor and you live on this side of the house, the heaters over here, like this side of the house, especially with your door closed, will get cold in the winter. And so in order to make sure that the hamster was comfortable, we actually kept the hamster in the living room where the heater was. And they're nocturnal creatures. So I'd get up in the middle of the night from my basement room, start going up the stairs to need to go to the bathroom or something, get some water or whatever. And I start going upstairs and I hear it going in the cage and like spinning away on its wheel or whatever. And it's like, sure, okay, this makes sense. And then I get to the top of the stairs and it would just stop and stare at me. And because they're nocturnal and they've got those little beady black eyes, which those little beady black eyes in the dark are shiny. So I'm sitting there at the top of the stairs. I look over and I see this tiny little, like, just these 2 little pinpricks of light staring at me from where the cage is. And I'm just like, no, you're a creepy little fucker. Nope. So while I find rodents are kind of adorable, at the same time, they scare me. Yeah, I was kind of thinking hedgehogs are probably similar. Yeah, Humphrey was a weird hamster. And my brother was insistent on naming it Humphrey, even though it was actually a female hamster, because it looked like a hamster in a book that he liked that was all about Humphrey the class hamster. But it's also a good thing we didn't have a male hamster, because apparently that's like a thing sometimes. They can get very aggressively sexual.
Part of Samson's command.
I don't see him anywhere, or hear him.
Nor I. Maker, tell me he hasn't fled.
I don't know what's happening with the textures in the game right now, but my armor looks fucking amazing with that white instead of the silver. I know that's like a mistake, because you can see what's happening with the... Oh, yeah, just clipped. No! Oh, that's just what the silver looks like in this light, apparently. So, okay, cool. Oh, they aren't rodents? Oh, I thought they were. I did not know that. All right, let's go kill some Templars, shall we? Can we not? There we go. I didn't know that they aren't rodents. What are they then? How dare you? If I may be so bold to ask, I suppose. Wow, the lag in this area is something. Are you guys done playing with that guy over there? Are you gonna... Okay, because we gotta talk about these guys up here.
Incoming!
Ew, I just noticed that, like... Hold on. Oh, it's not gonna let me actually... I can do this, maybe? Oh, yeah, you can not really see it, but, like... The really gross Templar that's right here... You can see that the pattern of the mail, like the armor, is like on his skin, or maybe the metal is part of his skin now. Like it's just, it gross. It gross. God. Don't keep trying to kill me, sir. Knock knock, bitches. Oh. Yeah, okay, hold on. Of course, I pause it at like the perfect fucking time. But you can see like the sword that's right there. It's like fused with him at this point. Okay, I was trying to get like a better shot, but there we go, yeah. I mean, that looks like the metal is kind of still just there, but also... I can't see. Oh, we killed him though. So. Good news, everyone!
This place is already half destroyed.
I ordered his Templars to sack his headquarters so we couldn't.
Sorry, Curly. Someone tipped off Samson you were coming.
I think you're right.
Are you fucking kidding me? That was so dumb. That was so dumb. These are Tevinter ruins or castle. This is a Tevinter thing. I think I'm on fire. Should probably not be here. I like how I think Cullen has his own supply of health potions instead of using mine, so I do appreciate that, at least. Ah! Bad news. Whew, that was a lot. Just try and see if there's any important things of note here. Not really. Ah, the lag.
Hello, Inquisitor.
You know me?
It's Maddox, Samson's Tranquil. Something's wrong. I'll send for the healers.
That would be a waste, Knight Captain Cullen. I drank my entire supply of Blightcap essence. It won't be long now.
Okay.
We only wanted to ask you questions, Maddox.
Yes. That is what I could not allow. I destroyed the camp with fire. We all agreed it was best. Our deaths ensured Samson had time to escape.
You threw your lives away for Samson? Why?
Samson saved me even before he needed me. He gave me purpose again. I wanted to help.
We should check the camp. Maddox may have missed something.
Well then.
Dismal place to die. It can't have been much of a place to live either under Samson's command.
What else do you remember about Samson, the man he used to be?
Does it matter? He used to be kind, only carries so far.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
To help him escape. Samson does command loyalty.
Is there anything in the camp that could help? Or point us to Samson?
It's hard to tell. All I see is smoke and ash. If this is Samson's idea of remaking the world, I prefer yours.
It's very cultish, isn't it?
We can't leave Maddox here. He should be properly laid to rest.
I'll have someone take care of it. If even Samson did his best for Maddox, we can do no less.
I'll keep looking around.
Samson left a message. For me.
What does it say?
Drink enough lyrium and its song reveals the truth. The chantry used us, you're fighting the wrong battle. Corypheus chose me as his general and his vessel of power. Now there's such nonsense. As if I would sympathize. Lyrium bottles, licked clean.
Licked?
Ugh. You can't say Samson isn't committed.
How much red lyrium is Samson taking? His resistance must be extraordinary.
All this red lyrium that's just growing up around this bed, it's very ugh.
This must have been Maddox's room.
The fire couldn't destroy these entirely.
I've seen similar implements for forging with lyrium. None this advanced.
Tranquil often design their own tools. Agnes should be able to make sense of them. Maddox used these to make Samson's armor. She could use them to unmake it. We have him.
Well, we maybe have him. So let's not, make assumptions here, sweetie. Sweetie. Yeah, they just they decorated the place for ambiance with some, glowing red singing rock that sings a disturbing sound. Like, that's fine. I'm sure that's fine. Ugh. Okay, let's wrap this up. I need to take a little break. I had a lot to drink, so I need to take care of that. We may not actually get to Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts tonight. I'm seeing that it's 10 o'clock right now. So... Oh, update properly. Just blast through these. Done. Shablam. More things to blast through. Oh no. I'm kind of excited. I have new swimsuits coming this weekend. Oh, I thought it was gonna like start us by him, but apparently not. I mean, the problem is that I was kind of hoping we would get to it on a Thursday. I know Tuesday's not the best day for a lot of people. And I want this to be one that people actually get to see, because it is one of the best levels of any game and one of the best genre shifts of any level that I've played.
Lyrium deposits are being destroyed, and we've cut the Red Templars down to the core. It's a pity Maddox thought his sacrifice was the only answer. But that leaves Samson with a severely curtailed army, and enchanted armor he can't maintain. You did it.
We both fought to make this happen. Don't sell yourself short.
Well, thank you. But my work's not done yet. We're getting recruits by the hour. There's more than a few ex-Templars among them. We've struck a blow and given people hope. This is a true victory.
Inquisitor, I finished it. Are you talking? Sorry. Have it anyhow.
You mean this rune?
It's not just any rune. I made it with red lyrium and what's left of poor Maddox's tools. The rune acts on the medium.
Yeah, I can't stay up till 2 a.m. tonight. Not when my last day of work is tomorrow, though.
Powerless.
We'll cut Corypheus off from his most powerful officer.
Maddox covered Samson's tracks thoroughly. But wherever Samson's retreated, we'll find...
I could maybe stay up till midnight.
Ready, Inquisitor. For Samson, for Corypheus...
I don't know if 2 hours is enough. I don't know how long it takes is the problem. Because the thing is, I can make an argument to do that right now. Like, that can be the next thing we do. Or we can do, there's another storyline that we could do here. So, the problem with not doing it tonight is, what the hell do I do on Tuesday? So, yeah, it's complicated. Anyway, I need to take a brief break. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I won't say that I have come to a true decision. I saw what you said in the chat. I think that was kind of what I was sort of thinking of, that like I could take a little break and play a different game on Tuesday, but I also have no idea what to play. I have no idea what to play because it would have to be something that could like fit within one session. So it either has to be like a game that doesn't really have too much of a plot that we have to like start and end, or a short game, a really short game, and I don't know what any of those could be. In the past, when I've tried to do games that like continually run and it's not really a big deal if you finish them or not, it like, I don't know, I didn't have as much fun. There's not as much for me to comment on, I guess. I don't know. Narrative games just give me more to do, which is honestly one of the reasons why I like narrative games better. It just, I enjoy them better. I could play some Carmen Sandiego. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Hawk's Grey Warden in Crestwood.
Only if we have the numbers to defend it. A place like this serves no purpose without
A totally new area, of course. Of course. There was some cool music and then... Oh, wait. I can't remember if Crestwood is like an actual place or if Crestwood is just like this little thing. Guess we'll see. This is following up on the Hawk storyline, by the way, saying that like all the wardens have disappeared. This is concerning. I have a contact that went missing around here. We're gonna try and find it together. Ooh. Hawk and the Inquisitor teaming up. Something like that. Back to our black screen wonderfulness. There we go.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor.
With hair, yes.
I'm sure it's nothing the Inquisition can't handle.
At this point.
Your worship, that optimism might be catching.
Are things that bad?
Right, this one. I forgot about this place.
Crestwood was the site of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawk's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
Have any undead attacked the camp?
We've had a few shamblers, but most head toward the village below. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
Right. I remember this is like a thing.
Word for you.
What is it?
This could help us.
Zombies again, yep. Keeps happening, you know? I don't know. So where? Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that one instead. It's on the way, so, you know.
There must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
Yes, preferably without drowning.
Maybe the boat.
Preferably without drowning. Sassy bitch.
Back to the village, miss. These roads aren't safe.
Grey Wardens.
Grey Wardens, thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
What are you doing in Crestwood?
A warden named Stroud is wanted for questioning. We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What have you been told about this rogue warden?
Warden Commander Clarel ordered his capture. I can say no more than that.
Curious.
Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour. If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can. The villagers have already lost too many.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Sir, are you sure we can't help the village?
Our orders are clear. If we can't find Warden Stroud, we return to the commander with all haste.
Still don't feel right.
I know, but if I judge our orders rightly, harder decisions await.
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus' plot to seize the Order.
I do not think so either. The infiltration in their ranks may be subtle.
I hope Hawke's warden friend has answers for us.
Curious? Curious? Curious. Huh. Oh, welcome to the village of Crestwood. Bustling place that it be. Ah! Some undead and some demons. Always a fun time.
You got her. Thanks for your help, but I feel we haven't seen the end of these creatures.
Speak to the mayor. He is the man in charge at this time and place. Let's see if we can get some of this.
Live in the village while this is going on. Maker, if something happens.
Are you looking for someone named Judith?
Oh, was I speaking out loud? Judith lives outside the village. I asked her to hide here when the undead came, but she wouldn't hear it.
Why wouldn't she hide where it's safer?
Likes her space, she says. I told Judith my house was big enough. Me and the boy could sleep in the barn if she wanted room. She turned me down.
Good day to you.
Curious again. Lots of people hiding things down here, I feel. I feel like there's lots of people hiding things. That's a very large pumpkin.
Sooner I get away, the better off I'll be.
Get out of Crestwood. Dead Man's Pass. God, you guys are so dumb. Just stop running into me. That's all I ask.
I'll come out when it's safe. Who is that anyway?
Can I go around, or... This is not a go around thing, is this a... Oh, look at all the cheese! More cheese. Cards. I don't know what's up with the cards, but that's a big block of cheese. Cheese! The ridiculousness of this game, I swear. The cheese stands alone against the darkness. There's a lot of cheese.
The Inquisitor. Oh, Mayor Dedrick of Crestwood Village. At your service, despite everything. Are you here to stop the undead?
We will, right? I mean, these people are terrified.
The undead are appearing because of a rift in the Fade. How can I get to it?
The light in the lake. It's coming from the caves below Old Crestwood.
But
Dark spawn flooded it 10 years ago during the Blight. Wiped out the village, killing the refugees we took in.
I saw a dam. If we use it to drain the lake, I can get to that Fade rift.
Drain the... There must be some other way.
We are trying to help. The Inquisitor is the only one who can close the rifts.
You'd have to evict the bandits in the old fort to use the dam. I can't ask you to risk your life.
Crestwood can't last much longer. I don't want to leave without doing what I can.
I suppose it must come to this. This key unlocks the gate to the dam controls past the fort. The rift must be in the caves under Old Crestwood. But, Inquisitor, I would not linger there.
Tell me about your village.
Seems suspicious.
We farm what we can, trade with the merchants who travel the King's Road. We only want peace, your worship. It's all we've ever wanted.
What can you tell me about the bandits camped in the fort?
The highwaymen...
I know, right? Are you here to help us with the undead? Risk your lives to help us with the undead? But also don't risk your lives.
The dead rose from the lake. The bandits killed the old gamekeeper and the fort and took it for themselves. We could have saved people if we'd been able to hide there instead of in our homes.
I'm surprised a town as small as Crestwood outlasted the Blight.
It was a close thing. The Darkspawn followed a band of refugees running from the Blight. Some of the refugees were... they were very ill. But we took them in. They perished when the Darkspawn flooded Old Crestwood.
How did Darkspawn manage that?
They found the dam's controls, wrecked them. All I remember is the refugees and villagers screaming as they drowned. And now, they return to us.
Until later.
Now they return to us. Dun dun dun. Neanderthals are a land of shocking extremes, destined place in the world for two blights of Valkyries. Wonders like. Nope, not important. Let's go quickly do that.
Did you see how the Grey Warden saved me from those corpses? They're amazing. I'm going to see if they're looking for recruits.
I can understand how someone might want to join the Wardens.
You're the Inquisitor. But yes, the Wardens are heroes. They saved me from those demons, your worship. With all that's happening, I'd like to help people the same way.
By joining the Grey Wardens. You can't think of something less lethal?
Don't do it? I wonder what this does.
Find another way to help people. The Wardens have problems of their own right now.
Yes, your worship. I'm sure there's something else I can do to help.
I think that's a fair point. You know, most of the time when you attempt to join the Wardens, you know, most people don't make it in.
Inquisitor. I am Sister Vaughan. Does the mayor finally plan to drain the lake? I must find someone to retrieve the remains of those lost there.
Have I interrupted a funeral service?
We lost many friends in the first attack. There will be endless time to mourn. The fear is how many more will be added to the pyre.
You want to exhume the corpses at the bottom of the lake?
They were the Maker's children. Their earthly bodies deserve better than abandonment in a mire. A funeral service will help put living minds at ease.
Your devotion does you credit, sister.
Seeker Pentacast. Forgive me. I did not expect to see the right hand of the divine in...
Or my chopped liver? Fine, cool, thanks.
Be at ease.
I'm only the fucking Inquisitor, but okay.
Yes, Seeker. As you say.
What did you mean by finally drain the lake?
The undead returned, only after the light in the lake appeared. If we want to stop them, we must investigate. But the mayor sent no one at all. I fear he thinks that emptying the waters would unleash even more monsters on us.
Until later.
Is that what he fears, though? I don't know. It's making me question some things here. his general overall demeanor makes me question things, period. Everyone's demeanor here. There's people who are insisting that they need their space, so they're staying in a cottage outside the village while everyone else is being attacked by zombies. There's a mayor who's like, don't drain the lake for some reason, despite the fact that draining the lake seems to be the easiest way to take care of the problem. But he wants us to help sacrifice ourselves to help stop the zombies from coming out, but also not sacrifice ourselves. Oh, great. Arcane horror. They're fucking... Oh, actually, never mind. It was really easy to kill this guy. I thought that was going to be harder. That was way too easy. Oh my god. I kind of wish sometimes that I had a ranged attack, because I feel like I could probably just destroy everyone here very quickly. And we're done. That was... literally did not break a sweat. Moments. Just moments. Wow. Alright. There's a cave here, though. A cave of wonders. Arabian Nights and Arabian Moon. Sorry. Oh. Bandits. Can't open from this side. Alright, noted. We'll come back and kill them later.
Quaint area. Fereldans live a bit like barbarians, don't they?
No one's gonna counter that one? Cool. Alright, we're just gonna let that one stand. You know, the whole, like, Ferelden is this quaint, barbaric land, etc., just ruffles my feathers because of Dragon Age Origins and me being, you know, my character being Queen of Ferelden and it being such a damn good game and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, it's not court intrigue constant over, you know, it's different court intrigue, but fuck you, fine. Barbaric savages. That's all I have to say about that. All right. Just make this faster, you know? Just make it faster. So, Twitch has this new thing where it boosts the share of ad revenue that I receive if I run ads at a certain frequency. And so I now have an automatic thing set up to run those ads. I don't know if it's gonna do much, actually make me more money, but I hope it's not affecting all of you. Because I think subscribers don't have to see ads. That's kind of how this works. Am I missing how to get up there? Yeah, don't hurt me. Okay, there we go. We found the road. This is the road we need. Okay, so yeah, I guess that clears that up. It's only for non-subscribers who see it. That makes sense. But yeah, it now runs ads every 30 minutes, I think. Every 30 minutes it runs a minute and 30 seconds of ads.
You just move along. We don't need any trouble.
move along. We don't need...
We don't need any trouble. You just move along.
Things walk in the night. It's the Maker punishing a sinful world. That's what I say.
Okay, it's not, but okay. You believe that, sweetie. You believe that. I like that there's a region called Rocky Slope. Ah, some red lyrium. Good. We love to see that show up in our fun times. That must be the fortress that was back there. I have no idea where I am or where I'm going. Just kind of wandering, and eventually, you know, we shall find something.
Be cautious. They look well armed.
Oh, it's okay. We'll kill them quickly enough, I'm sure. There we go. Those should be easy. The Astrarium thing. Here we go. What do we got? Ooh. This one's interesting. Oh, where do I start this? Let me try this. Yeah, we got this. Did it in one. All right. Hold on. This isn't a landmark. It feels like it should be a landmark, but it isn't. There are a lot of caves in Crestwood, aren't there?
Let's look around.
A bottle. I don't know where this is taking me. Oh. Still don't know where we are. Or why this is here. A lot of dead people. And wyverns by the looks of it. A big one too. Two little ones. One big one. Oh, they hate me right now. They are hard to kill, aren't they? Whoa. They really don't like me. I don't know what the end game of this particular thing is. But, oh! We got an interesting staff out of it. $65 in lightning. Dorian has... And that is 79 in lightning. So that is worse than what he has. I have some 90s, but no lightning. He is a lightning mage, so you know, probably should stick with the lightning thing, you know, as it were. Okay, well that was an interesting diversion that ended up leading nowhere. Just very much felt like one of those things that we're supposed to get to at another point for another reason, and I just did it, and there wasn't really a great resolution other than, hey, here's a thing, so I'm worried that I'm gonna have to come back just to like pick something up or fight them again if they respawn or something dumb like that. Oh, do we have to fight these guys? I guess we do, huh? Alright, where's that? There you are. Bitch. Got him. You know, it's probably a good idea that we did not start Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, and I'm not doing it right now because the tired is hitting me. And so I don't think I would have been very fun to watch doing that right now, and wouldn't enjoy it as much as I will when I am more ready for it. Crestwood is fine until then. I completely forgot Crestwood was even an area, to be honest. Like, I thought this was like a one-off mission. I was forgetting that this whole thing was a thing. I thought it was like just a one-off is what I meant. No, there's a whole ass area and more cheese. Is that a skull next to the cheese? Yeah. Oh, we can loot the cheese. The Wedge of Destiny shield. Ah, the cheese as a shield of 14 armor, and let's see it. Let's see it. It's not worth using, but like, what are the perks here? Plus 30 front defense, plus 6 thunder when hit, heal 15% of damage taken over 10 seconds. A good and colorful item for those who have hardy constitutions, the shield formed when a dragon shed her scales and fragments wafted on the soft and flavorful breeze into a dairy farm. Wielding it, Sir Jacques de Monterey was unstoppable until he fought Parmesan, or dishonorably until he fought Parmesan or dishonorably. His wistful last words as he lay full of holes, it was he who had failed, not the shield. And it's just a big block of cheese. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That is the kind of content that shouldn't exist, but it does. There is a whole ass fucking thing down there. I'm going down. That was smart. What in the shit? This looks like some ritual bullshit. These statues have teeth. Ugh. Well, that's disturbing. So let's make camp right underneath it. That makes sense, right? Let's make camp right next to that. That's safe. That's safe. Very, very safe. Let's get you all your abilities, baby. No, let's not. Let's not. Yeah, he says as I run him through with a sword. Is my team missing? Where are they actually? Up there? I am fighting these people completely alone. Totally solo. Is that an assassin with the assassin token, maybe? Assassin weapon! Hey!
Cassandra, I've never heard of these Seekers of Truth.
Why would you? They do not exist in Tevinter.
What are they? Some manner of Super Templar? Is this one of those sudden secrets like proper hygiene?
Once we worked from the shadows,
Oh.
monitoring Templars and mages.
That's dark.
Ah, that clearly worked out well.
Your glibness does you no credit. The Mage Rebellion was beyond even our power to control.
The rifts in this area are like way too easy. Like, I feel like I'm not even trying. You guys kill it already? Oh. I didn't realize I was standing on something that was hurting me. Okay. This must be where Judith lives. We're gonna find out her little secret. There's gotta be some reason why she doesn't want to join. Oh, this looks complicated. It might be. It might be. Let's find out. Shall we? Oh, wait. Okay, no, I see. You have to start there because you have to end there. Okay. It was not actually as difficult as it looked. There were just a lot of points. As long as you figured it out and followed the natural progression of it, you were fine.
It was a bad time to come knocking. Between the corpses and the Wyvern, nothing here is safe.
Wow, you have
My hands on that
very nice clothes for a villager here.
If you're Judith, there's a man in the village concerned about you. That must be Gould, fretful as ever. I'm glad he stayed in Crestwood. He's fast as you please with a loom, but terrible with a sword. Do you farm out here? The name's Judith. I farm and I mend things for the village and people passing through. I did a fair trade with traveling merchants before the undead started attacking. And those bandits. Not to mention that dragon.
Seriously, why does anyone live out here?
The fishing's grand. What do you know about the dragon? She moved in a month ago. The guards tried to run her off, but she snapped one's head off and she flew away. Poor Hamold. At least it was quick. Since then, she's eaten 3 horses, 5 goats, and 2 cats.
My goodness.
There's a Wyvern causing trouble. It used to hunt in the mountains. Didn't bother anyone but the bandits. Lately, the beast got it in his head to come down here. It almost crippled Gould's little boy. Best someone kill it. I hope I get my hands on the liver. It makes a poison that kills rats like nothing. I killed the Wyvern up in the cave. The body's yours if you want it.
That I do.
There we go.
I hope you can make good use of it.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. That was easy. Hey, I already completed the quest that you just gave me to do. Yay! It's a weird feeling on my leg. Nope, it's fine. Alright. It's weird though. The black fence. Like Fenway. But darker. So it's like a really dark green instead of a medium green. I don't know. That's Fenway Park though. That the ruin over there is where there is a dragon, and we're not fucking with her today. Not today, Satan. Yeah, we're gonna fight this thing. There's one. Delete your health, sir. Just doing my job, repairing the fabric between realms, no big deal. So can I get to the quarry without dying? Oh. That looks interesting. What's that? Can I go down there? The answer is no. No, you cannot. Okay, noted. We'll not try that again. Oh, we have to run all the way around this big thing, because, you know, dragon. Seems like there's a very narrow place for me to run without getting in there. And it didn't, so... Okay. There's a horse up there. Oh, I can hear the dragon sleeping now. Take this, thank you very much. Oh, is this another doohickey that I get? I am poisoned. Very good. Fighting in the bushes, as it were. Yeah! I only need one more. Okay. That was that. There's another cave here. where you came from. You weren't here before, that's for sure. Schwink. I'm stuck by a small log. Oh, who hit the fucking Truffalo? Poor baby. Oh, now we have to kill it. That's mean. Otherwise the game won't ever let it stop being mad at us. Oh, poor baby. I'm sorry. So what's in this cave? Some interesting bioluminescent stuff up there, but not enough to make me stop. Nope. Nothing interesting. Absolutely pointless. Had no reason to go in there whatsoever. How dull. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Let me get out of this cave first. Okay, as weird of a place as it is to stop, this is a good enough place. It could be worse. So I will go ahead, hit that button with the eggs to menu thing, and change over the source. Oh, it is 11 o'clock on Thursday, August 25th, and that, well, Eastern Standard at least, and that means it is the end of our stream for tonight. Still no Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. I actually think we might have a fair amount of stuff to do on Tuesday, given that there's this whole area of Crestwood to do. So we might be fine. We might be fine. I think we can plan that Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts will be on Thursday next week. Assuming that next week goes to plan. You know, it's possible that I could just be exhausted and not able to stream, because it is going to be my first week at a new job, and that's a lot to do. It's even going to be a short week, because I'm taking Friday off because it's my birthday. So yeah, it's not my birthday on a Friday, it's my birthday weekend, I guess I should clarify. But yeah, tomorrow is my last day with my current employer at the university. That will be interesting. Sure. It will be interesting. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Hopefully I can make it through the day relatively unscathed emotionally, but no promises. So, with that being said, I want to thank you all for coming out to the stream tonight. I know it wasn't necessarily everything we were all hoping for. I know we were kind of hoping for Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts, but we now have a pretty good idea of when we will do that. So, with that being said, I hope to see you next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, same time, same place. If you want to be notified about future streams, feel free to hit that follow button. That certainly helps a lot if you follow. You can also, that will notify you when I go live. So I do want to thank my followers for supporting me as you do. I want to thank my subscribers for sure. Thank you very much for your support. It means a whole lot. If you feel like you can support the channel, then I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button. It certainly would help me out a whole lot. If you want to be notified about streams before they go live, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on both Instagram and on Twitter. Instagram and Twitter. There we go. If you want the most up-to-date stuff about streams, any delays that may happen, cancellations, talking about games, memes, all this fun stuff that we do, you can also feel free to join the Discord. The link is right there. in the chat. I keep pointing in the wrong direction because it's mirrored. So it's right there in the chat. Feel free to join that, and then you will join our nice little community if you feel so inclined. I also want to then say, if you are already a subscriber and you'd like to support me further, or if you are not yet a subscriber but you cannot support me through subscribing at this time, but you'd like to support me financially anyway, you can always feel free to donate using the link right there in the chat. It just is kind of a nice little tip jar on Ko-fi, so that would be greatly appreciated. Any little bit does indeed help. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful night, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope it's restful and restorative. I certainly hope so. For me, I'm going to be taking a lot of self-care this weekend because I technically am going into retirement for 2 days. I will be completely unemployed after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and then I will not be employed until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. And that is going to be the first time that that's happened in 6 years. So it's gonna be an interesting time. So I'm gonna definitely take some nice me time this weekend and try and relax as I do. So I hope you all get to have some of the same. Until next Tuesday, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and I will see you at the next stream. Bye bye, everybody.